Good afternoon, day traders of the world, followers, YouTube. Welcome to Awesomecallstrading.com's daily webinar from our pre-market plan from this morning. Well, what can I say? What can you say? What can you say? When you have talent in a room, talent wins every time. And let me tell you something. We have the best of the best in here. And I'm not just talking mods, I'm talking traders. Traders it's an honor, like the great PSK that I follow, and every morning I get up, I start my day looking at his tweets. Got the great Palmer, who does these amazing videos on his site, on his when you follow him, and he's it's mounds of information. He's just an amazing trader, and he's consistent. He doesn't come in here to hit home runs. He's here to make money every day. And you don't need to hit home runs in here. We're not gunslingers. We don't tick in and then go, oh, 90,000 shares short, 6 cents, 80,000 shorts, 9 cents, 4 cents, 3 cents, 6,000, sorry. Oh, that, I think, out, in, ooh, out. We just calm down. We take one trade. We put 500 to 1,000 shares in. That's what we want. And we make our money. That's our day. Unless, of course, you're Panda, and made another 38,000 on SPY. He did 107,000 on Friday, so got a baller like that. But I'm not a baller. All right, I'm just a trader. I want to make 1,000, 1,500, 2,500 a day, every day. Every day I trade. That's my goal. That's what I work for. I did I think 1,074 before I took my break. I made a couple bad plays. I got in too early, too fast, but made it up. And I want to show you the trade that I want to start with. And I want to give a shout out to the one and only PSK. This gentleman this morning, he just gave us a gift. And right here, before he tweeted, he was nice enough to release this news in chat right there. This was his tweet. And he put that in the room. Now, all your other trading rooms, they'll go, so what? What's that? What's that got to do with anything? That's not going to do anything. You know why? Because they don't trade Roku. They don't understand Roku. Okay? It's not on their program list to trade. Heck, I saw last week a trader doing a whole webinar about why the stock's going to be 25 bucks a share, or 26 or 27. He looks forward to sell-off. Just really dumb people out there. But in our room, when PSK takes the time out and writes this was written in our room. Look at the time frame at 6:07. He put it in our room a minute before, copy and paste what he wrote, and threw it on Twitter for all of you. Okay, let me get you to understand this. Q4 active accounts topped 27 million, up 40% year over year, up about 68% year over year, bringing the full year 2018 streaming hours to 24 billion, up 61% of hours of streaming. That is like Netflix saying their subscription popped another 2 million users. Do you understand? Most of you don't, but we do. So the minute he put this out, I want you to watch the timeline. All right, you ready? Timeline comes in, and he announces that information on Roku. Okay? Right here at 6:07, timeline, 6:07, right there. Right? The minute it came in, I immediately said to the room, in writing, 38. Take it to 38. Don't watch it. Don't stare at it. Take it to 38. Size in. Do whatever you want. Make pay all your bills, it's going to 38. All right. And within what? Opening bell, 5 minutes into it, the stock hit 38. After it hit 38, traders wanted to continue. Dark side was indicating more upside. PSK was buying calls from the moment he got the news. This just was a pure B trades, just knocked it out of the park. And he also was giving areas of resistance where it could go next. I mean, the whole room was involved. Of course, I traded it. It was my savior trade for the day. And the stock ended up going all the way up to about $43. And why? Because one, remember last week when Needham made this their top pick of 2019 and we traded it that day, which most of you didn't because you don't do analyst calls. So, but this has been a really torn down, broken stock. All right. The market, the company, the stock has been waiting to release this kind of news. And you can see it got all it back up. Simply an incredible call, but not just a call. You don't just get a call in this room, you get leadership. That's the most important thing. And that's why a lot of you don't react to stuff the way we do. To us, this is just pure money and nothing more. And we react. We read the news, read through it, and then make the decision. This is the way it should trade out. Go long. That's what we did. Okay. And I even said in pre-market, and if you look at my notes, you can see clearly I did indicate to everyone in the room, Roku top number 2 pick, it should go to 40 area and then start to come down. It ended up going 42. So the next one on our list was, now again, let's read through the news. There was a stock down here called NEPT. Okay, I want you to read this news with me. Just kind of read it. Okay, the stock is gapping up. It was close at 289. Just gapping up almost $4 a share. Okay, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, why are you up? I always ask the question, why? Right? Because every day, 5 days a week, I have to find great shorts, small cap for the room. So they can, and every day I have to deliver. That's my job. That's what they pay me, $6.75 to be in the room. Okay, that's my job. So I want you to look at NEPT. I want you to see the PR today. Okay. Okay, here's the PR. Neptune receives license to process weed. Next headline will be Neptune receives permission to smoke the weed. You see my point? Neptune receives permission to wrap the weed. Do you see how stupid this is? And when you read through the headline, they talk about how they're contributing to TLRY, CGC, all of the Canada. I mean, are you kidding me? You're a nothing company trying to jack your stock up. Well, what does that mean in Awesomecalls Trading? Well, news like this gets the stupid symbol. So we put stupid right there. So stupid. Okay? It reminds me of block technology back in the day when everyone was doing blockchain, blockchain, blockchain. Now, these small caps are going, hey, we're going to go smoke weed today. So can you jack up our stock? Everybody wants to smoke weed now. Weed is the thing. You see? In our room, stupid signal. You get the stupid sign, and you short the stock to 3. That's it. That's it. That's all I got to think about. Start shorting pre-market, add on any pop, and walk it down. And you know what? We don't need to be a gunslinger in here. Okay? We don't need to sit there and trade every 3 cents. It's not how we trade. Okay? When we tell you the stock's going to go down to $3, the stock's going to go down to $3. You got bag holders that were holding the stock, right? So here's your short, pre-market, add on any pop to 4, and take it down to $3.10. Right? By the time the day ends, you'll see it collapse. 310 and under. That's just the way it's going to be. When you get the stupid sign on a stock, on a news, you better believe it. We're going to shred the stock. The next one, this was Sage. Okay, Sage. Now, Sage had an incredible day. One thing you got to know about Sage, though, and a couple great traders in the room did make it very clear. Sage can have a habit of tearing your heart out, and wide spreads, and you get in too early on your short, it can rip you. Now, here's the pre-market. All right, it was already gapping up 40 points. Now, mostly on a phase 3, you don't get that aggressive, especially on a clinical trial. So this one just had a lot of shorts in it, and it just squeezed the crap out of it. Now, I made it when the stock was sitting here at 138. I said the stock will run to probably 144. I believe I said 144. Let me double check what I wrote. Sage. Yeah, 145 it should go up to. Give it room, and then watch for a possible fade to 125. If this pulls to 135 at the open, look for it to fade off to 125. The stock's not going to go any lower than 125. And so it was already gapping up 41 on a phase 3 clinical. Well, what happens is we're long the stock, right? So within literally 20 seconds, it hit 146, and it was not done. And so if you'd had 100 shares, you literally made $800 at the opening bell in less than 1 minute. If you held it and let it squeeze, you would have made another 10 more points. Now, what made this stock great was a great trader made it great. Do you know who he is? All right. I know who he is because he trades in here every day. Do you know who he is? Oh, that's right. Your room doesn't trade these stocks. That's right. I keep forgetting. Oh my God. Yeah. You don't trade these stocks. Yeah, because your room is very narrow-minded. They don't do stuff like this. But look at the great Janny Moore. I mean, really? Do you even have to say anything? That was his short. Just, you know what? Do what I do. Just bow down. Just bow down. That's all you got to do. I mean, he called it out. He walked it down. In pre-market, he was telling everybody what he wanted to do. And he collected 14 points. And he guided the whole trade in the room. I got nothing. What are you going to say to that? Huh? What are you going to say? Just don't say anything. All right. All right. Let's do another one. So congratulations there. Let's see here. Zoom. Made a nice compliment here. All right. Let's go on another one. Netflix. Now, I had Netflix and AAP. This was a really good one. I want to show you this one. Now, again, if you get up in the morning like I do, the first thing I do when I get out of bed, I swear, the very first thing I do, I go to my Twitter, and you got to pull up PSK. I mean, it's a standard 101. Wake up, PSK. Wake up, PSK. So you go to his morning tweets, and it is right. I caught it this morning. Where is it? I got the AXM news this morning, and Netflix, Dow, Ever, Ulta, Amazon, Google, Roku, Apple, Netflix, SRBT. Gosh, where is it? Where did it go? Oh, well, it was here. I don't know where it went. I'm sorry. But he did mention it. Yeah, I can't find it. It was a Barclays call to go on AAP. So, and I'll show you the call. I don't know what happened to it, but it was there. Let me go here and go here. AAP right here. And Barclays raised the the target from 170 to 205. Now, this has been a sell-off stock for quite a while, and so I had my eye on this this morning, and this one I kind of got in a little bit early, but I want you to look for the last 10 days how it pretty much sold off, and this upgrade really came at a good time, and it actually sold off on Friday, and then it gapped up this morning. So what I told everyone was I like the 160. I want to fill the gap if I can get it, 160, 161 area, and under, bottom curl, and then go long. And I got in a little early. I didn't anticipate this to pull all the way down to 157. It kind of drove me nuts why it would. But as you can see, it recovered very nicely back to 163. So this was a really nice play if you got in there at a good time. So that was pretty cool. AAP. And then the next one we did was Dollar Tree. Now, Dollar Tree, I kind of wanted a pop and drop, but I had my eye that the stock would hit $99 a share. Whenever you get good news or guidance on, in this instance, there was an extra stake in the company. Who was it? I believe it was, I'll tell you who took a stake in the company. And I really liked it. But I needed it to sell off. I'll tell you real quick who did it. It was Starboard. Starboard Value bought 1.7 stake in the company. So you got a nice gap up on it. And usually these gaps do get filled. So I wanted a quick pop at the open and then a short. And I was looking for it to at least try to get to 94, 95 area. But once the stock curled and went through, my notes were very clear that the stock would probably run to $99 a share. And you can see right here on the Dollar Tree call. 98 to 100, which is 99 bucks. So I wanted the room to be prepared. If we see a 95 area, definitely go long it because it's not going to come down. It will not fill the full gap. It's up 4.5. So look for 95 on a pullback if we get it. It ended up coming to 96, and then it ran to our 98 100 mark, which is 99 bucks. So it was a pretty decent call. It's just I kind of wanted a little bit more to the downside. I wasn't. If you can see, it hit $95.80 and 90 cents. So I kind of missed it by 90 cents. What are you going to do? It happens. And let's do one more. Oh, how about AXSM? Now this one, all right. It's rare that you get a phase 2 primary endpoint small cap stock that actually really runs. Most lows are like 15, like a CLVS, an XS, a CRISP, an Edit. Those are the stocks that just run. I mean, they run. But it's really rare you get a $2 stock that really has that kind of significance. But this morning, when it ran, it had really strength in volume in the morning, a lot of it. You could see just the volume. You could see the bag holders, just tons of them. And shorts in here are just going to get torn to bits. So in pre-market, this thing was thick. This is what you call thick. I mean, just lots of volume. So I told the chat room that I felt that the stock would probably come down to maybe a 5 level at the open. And when it does, watch that bottom curl. And then if it breaks through the 6 spot, it should have a nice run in it towards 10. I believe I said 950 or 10, and I'll show it to you. It was our number 1 pick this morning. Okay. Stock is gapping up 5. I'd like to get a pullback to the 5 area. But if it starts to break out through 6, the stock will go to $10. So I want you to be aware. I also strongly believe an ATM will follow between now, after hours, and the next 48 hours or sooner. And the reason is you can clearly see that they are trying to keep it up, the market makers. And also, I alerted the room step by step when the buyer came in. You see this buyer right here? Yes, you have a flag breakout, and that's great, but sometimes they don't hold. But the buyer came in. See the buyer? He bought 1 million shares. Once the buyer comes in, I can spot it. This is why I use 1-minute candles. I could see the volume. I could see it. There was no sellers in it. And as soon as it hit at 7, I told the entire room right then and there, stock goes to 8. You'll get at least 50 cents to $1. I was screaming it out, putting it out. I was playing it. There was no ands, ifs, or buts. When you have a million buyer, write this down. And for you small cap rooms that really kind of stupid, write this down. Pay attention to what I'm saying so you can sound smart next time when a stock like this comes up. And that way, you know, you can keep your subs instead of having them come here. Oh, that's right. You use our room anyway, so it doesn't really matter. See that buyer right there? He bought 300, right? Open order. And then you see him right here? He bought another 700. That's 1 million shares. When you get a million buyer in there, it's over. Just follow the money. You don't have to, you know what's really crazy? Is you get these rooms, they short right here. It's like, T2, they literally will short. And they go, oops, I lost. Oops, I lost. Oops, I lost. It's like, well, of course, you're not following the money. You're losing the money. So anyway, but you see how they keep it up here? It didn't hit my 10. It hit almost $9. But the idea was there to go long and to make money. And we had a lot of traders in the room make good money on this. But they're going to hold it up. And I'll kind of give you a little secret here. When you read right here, I'll show you right here. You see how you got to look for this stuff. I'm going to teach you something. AX. Whenever you get a tier 3 firm trying to upgrade the stock, you see this? Okay, they usually tend to be the underwriters or the book runner. They're the ones trying to get the stock up there so they can get the most for the money. And Piper tends to do this. I got a whole list of them. AC Wainwright is good. They're known for this. So they're just what this $45 price target. All that's trying to do is get that stock to stay up. So because all it is, it's a reiterate, right? It's not a new buy rating. It's just a reiterate, and they're jacking it up so they can keep the price up. Because think about it, the stock was trading at $2, but they had a price of 34. They finally get the news, right? And the stock is only $7. But now they throw in a 45. Come on, you can't tell me an ATM's coming. Come on, standard 101 day trading in Act Chat Room. So I'm going to tell you right now, if they do 50 million shares, they might do another 25 million tomorrow. So you might have a little bit of continuation. My guess is they'll probably pull out 20 million at around $5, and that's probably what they'll try to do. So they get $100 million in their company. So you can write that down, and you can see in a couple of days. And if not after hours, we'll see. But that's my thought process. 15 to 20 million shares at $5 will be the offering. And anytime they do a phase 2, they always liquidate and take money out. Okay. So that is today's Roku, NEPT, SAGE, AAP, DLTR, AXSM. So we did about 6 today. We'll do that. Yeah, that's fine. And if you could see DLTR, see how it's coming down now? Once it hit the area we were looking for, 99, you see how it just fades back down? And it should actually break this area soon and just continue down. So I did do a losing trade today, I have to be honest. One thing that we do in here is to be a little bit transparent, a lot of transparent. This had great news this morning, ABMD. It's a favorite stock of mine and many people in the room. And this morning they came out with really great guidance and numbers. And the stock gapped up. So we were short bias to take it down and fill the gap. But I did not think it would collapse this low. And I took a little bit long here, and I think I sized in a little too much, and it pulled like 3 or 4 points. So I wasn't very happy with the trade. But I did trade 2 more times on it, and I was able to get about half my money back. Otherwise, I would have been up probably $1,700, maybe $1,800 today in the morning. But this kind of took it away. Roku was my big winner, and I really nailed that. And but this one kind of took a lot of my money away because I got in too soon. So I can't always be perfect, you know, but I do. We had a lot of traders go in there. Joel, for instance, he likes to take it, and I think he took it at 310, and he caught 4 points on it. So stock just came down a little bit lower than I anticipated. Just didn't think it'd go that low, but hey, we still got money on it. So all right. So that is today's live recap webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. It took 25 minutes today. So, and if you ever want to join the room, just click on the pre-market notes or any of our links. And also, if you want to go to YouTube, this is our YouTube channel right here. And every day we post, and you can subscribe if you want. And we got a nice over 100 views on the Friday's webinar, How We Cult the Market. And this is really a good one. I highly recommend listening to our thought process in our chat room. And but every day we post them, and I keep them about 20 minutes long, just like today. So okay. So again, I want to thank everyone for joining, and you can always follow me on AJ Trader 7. If I do take a pre-market call in the morning, I do notify Twitter because a lot of people follow me, obviously, that are in the room. I'm extremely transparent. I don't hide anything, good or bad. I win money, I lose money. But I'm mostly a winner, so that's why I have a room. Okay, so take care. Thank you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.